Welcome to the Great Basin Fire Potential Briefing for Sunday, September 10th. Over the next several days, we'll have plenty of moisture over the southern half of the Great Basin with showers and thunderstorms continuing each day and likely continuing during the overnight and early morning periods as well. We will continue with drier and warmer conditions across Idaho, much of Wyoming, and northwest Nevada. Precipitation over the last 24 hours, we've seen significant thunderstorm activity over central and eastern Nevada into Utah, and some isolated activity up over parts of northern Nevada. These showers and thunderstorms were definitely wet. We saw areas over a half inch of precipitation in the areas that actually hit RAWS sites in those spots, so I'm sure there are areas that have higher amounts of precipitation than that. And all of this lightning in the yellow and oranges are all lightning that has been occurring early this morning. Great Basin fire activity yesterday was light, but we did have a new fire up over the lower elevation of southern Idaho, and this fire was last reported at 4,000 acres. So again, we are seeing conditions dry in especially the grasses in the northern portions of the Great Basin. Over the last 7 to 14 days, significant precipitation has occurred in many areas. Some of the notable drier spots have been parts of Nevada, down in south central Nevada, but these areas have been getting moisture over the last 24 hours. And then over eastern Utah, but these areas should also be getting moisture here in the coming days. Up north, where we have the larger fire that developed yesterday over central or southern Idaho, this is a hole of some of the heavier precipitation, although they did get some precipitation, but again, conditions are drying out. ERCs are showing an upward trend, although most areas are below the 50th percentile. We are seeing some areas of southeast Utah perk up a little bit higher, but again, they should be getting some moisture. Looking at our ERC charts, most areas below normal. Some of the drier spots of eastern Utah are near or just above normal at the present time. And then up north in Idaho, even though the ERCs are well below normal, again, the grasses are drying out, and you can see that in the 10-hour fuel moisture. Some of that yellow showing up now over southern Idaho, which also extends down into Nevada and even parts of Utah as well. The satellite loop from this morning shows plenty of moisture streaming north over the southern half of the Great Basin with showers and thunderstorms and cloud cover this morning. And then you can see Hurricane Jova well off the Mexican coast, which will continue moving northwest away from the area, but we are pulling some of that moisture into southern areas of the Great Basin, really allowing these numerous showers and thunderstorms to flourish. Otherwise today, again, warmer and drier conditions in the north, those showers and thunderstorms in the south, and low fire potential in most areas. The only exceptions are eastern Utah and parts of southern and southwest Idaho, which didn't get as much precipitation recently or have certainly shown some drying trends, and obviously we have the new large fire up in Idaho. Relative humidity will remain in the teens over southern and southwest Idaho into northwest Nevada today, and much higher further south. Still in southeast Utah, we are seeing those relative humidities drop below 20%. Winds really won't be much of a concern today with the exception of gusty outflow winds, but those thunderstorms are occurring in areas that will see significant precipitation as well. By Monday, similar conditions, although the moisture pushes a little bit further north temporarily into parts of northeast Nevada and maybe even northwest Utah. We do have a trough moving across the north, so that will push some of that moisture south again by Tuesday, but we'll continue with showers and thunderstorms over the southern half to 2/3 of the Great Basin with continued drier weather in Idaho and northwest Nevada, and that's obviously where we're seeing the drying trend on our significant fire potential map. Relative humidity on Monday very similar to what we'll see today, and winds also very similar with generally light conditions region-wide. By Tuesday, as that trough moves by to the north, it will push the shower and thunderstorm activity over the eastern half of the Great Basin, with drying now starting in Nevada, and you can see still significant fire potential in that low to moderate range up north. Relative humidity Tuesday, very similar to the next 2 days, drier in southern southwest Idaho and northwest Nevada, and much higher further south. Winds, we could see some breezy winds in southern Utah or the Arizona Strip, but certainly no concerns with the moisture in place and the higher humidity. 3-day precipitation, significant precipitation for the southern half of the Great Basin, especially from central and eastern Nevada eastward into Utah and the Arizona Strip. By Wednesday, we will see that moisture starting to get pushed off to the east. We still will have at least some moisture in place for a little bit more scattered or widely scattered showers and thunderstorms, so maybe less coverage over the eastern areas of the Great Basin on Wednesday. Again, could see some of that activity by midweek over eastern Idaho and Wyoming, but it looks like southwest and central Idaho will remain out of that moisture. So we'll continue to see drying and slowly increasing fire potential, especially in the lower elevation grasses on our significant fire potential map. So for Thursday, more drying moving in. Friday, similar story, drier and warmer conditions region-wide, so a little bit more yellow on our significant fire potential map, and similar for Saturday as well, with much of the drying occurring over Idaho, northern Utah, northern and western Nevada. It will take a little bit more time for the areas further south that get these continued showers and thunderstorms to dry out. 7-day total precipitation, just in addition to the 3-day. Could see again a few showers up into central or eastern Idaho and Wyoming, but probably fairly light precipitation. The 8 to 14-day outlook, taking us from September 17th through the 23rd, still shows warm conditions, but we could see some moisture starting to move in from the west. That concludes our webcast for today. Check back tomorrow for the latest updates.